What made Elvis Presley the king wasn't just his voice or swagger, it was his birthday. Capricorns live inside a hidden power hierarchy, and the exact date you dropped into this world quietly decides your rank. You've heard the stereotype: ambitious, disciplined, workhorse energy. Cute. That's maybe 10% of the real story. Today, we're decoding the whole system. 3 distinct tiers of Capricorn power, laid out clearly, and I'll show you which group sits on the throne. The question isn't if you're powerful, it's where you sit in that hierarchy. So how do we actually decide this power ranking? The secret key isn't random at all. It lives in one of the most fundamental concepts in astrology, the Decans. In astrology, every zodiac sign is sliced into 3 sections, each covering about 10 days of the calendar. These are the Decans. Think of being a Capricorn as your main identity, your core operating system. The 3 Decans are like different majors or specializations you plug into that system. And honestly, this matters way more than most people realize. They don't cancel the classic Capricorn traits of discipline and ambition. They upgrade them, adding a specific strategic style, a distinct flavor that shapes how your power shows up in real life. This is the hidden blueprint that separates one tier of Capricorn from another. So for this power ranking, we're going to look at 3 exact groups: those born from December 22nd to the 1st, those born from January 11th to the 19th, and finally, the group born from January 1st to the 10th. We're going to break down this hierarchy as a reverse countdown, starting at the foundation and climbing all the way to the peak expression of Capricorn energy. You might want to take notes for this, so let's begin. Coming in at number 3 on our power scale, the Capricorns born between December 22nd and December 31st. Their power doesn't swagger in with fireworks. It's the quiet, immense force of the architect. This is the first key to understanding Capricorns born between December 22nd and 31st. Their strength is foundational, solid. Think about it. Before any great achievement, a solid base has to be laid down. No exceptions. These Capricorns are the masters of that phase. They instinctively understand that true, lasting power is built, not seized. Their influence comes through steadiness, reliability, and almost stubborn consistency. While other people are out there chasing the next shiny trend, the architect Capricorn is busy laying the groundwork for something that will still be standing decades from now. Their inner motto is simple: do it right or don't do it at all. And this flows straight into their second core trait, the engine under all that power, unwavering discipline. For this Capricorn group, discipline isn't a punishment. It's their sharpest strategic tool. It's the mechanism that lets them outwork, outplan, and outlast almost anyone in the room. You know that person who just quietly keeps going long after everyone else is tapped out? That's this Decan at work. They carry a deep personal resilience, and they aim it inward first. They focus on mastering themselves and their immediate environment before they even think about trying to command the world. That's not an accident. It's a strategy. Their power doesn't spike and crash. It grows steadily, quietly, and almost inevitably as they move toward their goals with a level of focus that can be genuinely intimidating to watch. So how does all of this actually show up in real life? Through methodical execution. They are masters of the process itself, and there is no better case study for this than Tiger Woods, born December 30th. Woods' historic success wasn't just a product of raw talent. It was a masterclass in this Decan's power. His methodical approach, his relentless, almost superhuman hours of practice, and his intense focus on mastery are textbook architect Capricorn. His power didn't come from flashy charisma or barking loud commands. It was forged in the quiet, solitary process of perfecting his craft, swing after swing, day after day. He proved that systematic, patient effort can create results so extraordinary, they turn into legend. This is the power of the architect, tangible, reliable, and foundational. They build the world you can actually see and touch. But there's another kind of power, one that doesn't build with brick and mortar, but with information and influence. A power that's quieter, more strategic, and guided by a long-term vision most people completely miss. And that brings us to our number 2. Coming in at number 2, we've got the Capricorns born from January 11th to 19th. We call them the Strategists. And here's the critical distinction. Honestly, it changes everything. While the architect group we just talked about lays the solid foundation, the strategist is the one quietly sketching the entire city plan. Their power is a slower, more enduring kind of strength, rooted in introspection, deep thought, and a highly strategic mind. They understand that real influence isn't about barking orders. It's about shaping the environment so that other people choose the right path on their own. They possess a profound emotional resilience, which lets them stay calm and analytical under pressure when everyone else starts to crack. When the room panics, they're the ones still thinking 3 moves ahead. This makes them natural problem solvers and the trusted advisors people turn to when the stakes are highest. They lead not by force, but through consistency, integrity, and by example that's impossible to ignore. If you're a Capricorn, which group do you fall into so far? The architect or the strategist? Seriously, I want to know. Tell me in the comments. The perfect embodiment of this power is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., born January 15th. His influence wasn't loud or aggressive. It was a quiet, unshakable commitment to his values and his mission. He showed how strategic thinking, immense patience, and emotional fortitude can create a legacy that outlives generations. He played the long game, knowing that real change needs more than a single moment of force. It needs a sustained movement of hearts and minds. This is the essence of the strategist Capricorn. They are not only survivors, they are the quiet conquerors of their goals. So the architect builds the world and the strategist designs its future. What could possibly be more powerful than that? What sits at the number 1 spot? We're about to meet the final group, born from January 1st to 10th. This is the group of Elvis Presley. They're not architects or strategists. They are the sovereigns. And their power doesn't just build the world or plan its future. It defines the very rules of the game. Defining the rules of the game, that's the ultimate form of power. Full stop. And it belongs exclusively to the Capricorns, born from January 1st to January 10th. We've reached the apex of the hierarchy now. This group stands alone at the number 1 spot. They are the sovereigns. In the world of astrology, they're the standard every other Capricorn is measured against. Their power is a rare and potent cocktail. The raw ambition and ice-water discipline of a classic Capricorn, blended with an innate physical resilience, and most importantly, a magnetic charisma that commands respect without ever needing to demand it. Honestly, they're decisive action takers who actually become calmer and more focused under pressure. While everyone else is busy playing the game, this group is the house. There's no better embodiment of this powerful archetype than the king of rock and roll himself, Elvis Presley, born January 8th. His life is a masterclass in sovereign power. Born into deep poverty in Tupelo, Mississippi, his ascent to global stardom wasn't just about talent. It was the manifestation of a sovereign's unrelenting ambition to achieve what others deem impossible. That is their fuel. Next, look at his impact. He didn't just sing popular songs. He shattered cultural norms by blending genres that society kept separate, creating a revolutionary new sound that defined a generation. You might think that sounds dramatic. It isn't. That is a sovereign in action. They don't follow trends. They become the trend. His legendary charisma wasn't a learned skill. It was an innate gravitational force that drew millions in, a natural authority that made him the undeniable center of his universe. Finally, consider the resilience. The crushing weight of global fame and constant public scrutiny would break most people. Let's be real. It eats people alive. For a sovereign Capricorn, pressure clarifies purpose. Elvis's ability to maintain that level of success, strategically navigate the complexities of his career, and build a legacy that endures, to this day shows the astounding emotional and mental endurance that is the true hallmark of this Decan. His life proves the principle. Talent combined with sovereign discipline creates an unstoppable force. So we have the architects, the strategists, and now the sovereigns. 3 distinct blueprints for Capricorn power. But knowing this hierarchy isn't about ranking yourself against others. The real question, the one that actually matters, is how do you identify and harness the specific power coded into your birth date? Whether you're the sovereign, the strategist, or the architect, understanding your blueprint is the first step to mastering your own game. And that is exactly what we're going to break down next. So we've decoded the blueprint. We've seen Capricorn power isn't one thing. It's a whole spectrum of specialized strength. We started with the architect born in late December. Their power lives in discipline and patience, building the very foundations of success, brick by careful brick, slow, relentless, just like Tiger Woods. Then we moved to the strategist, born in that last stretch of January. Theirs is the quiet, enduring power of strategic influence and emotional resilience, the force that, like Martin Luther King Jr., moves mountains without a single shout, just steady, unwavering direction. And finally, we revealed the sovereign, the Capricorn born in early January, embodied by icons like Elvis Presley. They carry that rare combination of raw ambition, magnetic charisma, and the kind of innate authority that doesn't just play the game, it defines the rules everyone else follows. But let's be absolutely clear. Honestly, this was never about a hierarchy of better or worse. This was about naming your unique operational advantage. The point of this knowledge is not to feel superior or inferior. It's to understand and consciously harness your specific strength. Whether you're the one who builds the foundations, the one who crafts the long-term strategy, or the one who leads from the front, your power is essential. Every type is a critical component in pulling off any great ambition. No empire is built with just one of these. This knowledge is now your tool. Your birth date isn't a label, it's a strategic brief on your innate capabilities, a cheat sheet on how you're wired to win. If this video unlocked a new level of understanding for you, even a small one, give it a like. It shows me we're on the right track together. And if you know another Capricorn who needs to understand their own power, share this with them. And to keep decoding the hidden patterns of the Zodiac and turning that insight into real personal power, make sure you subscribe. My name is Anya Sage, and my mission is to give you the tools. Your mission is to use them.